Disclaimer, I do not teach my tutorials by telling you the amount of stitches you need to do. Instead, I tell you how to use your measurements to make it fit you perfectly to your size. For this tutorial, you will need a yarn of your choice. I recommend a size 4 or lower, a crochet hook, use the recommended size for your yarn, measuring tape, scissors, and a sewing needle. We're going to start off with foundation half double crochet stitches. So create a slip knot. So wrap the yarn around 2 fingers, get your crochet hook, put it through the hole, grab the yarn and pull it through and tighten it. Then you're going to chain 2. So yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Then you're going to start the foundation half double crochet. So yarn over, go into the very first chain that you made, bring the yarn through. You'll have 3 loops, yarn over, go to the first loop only, then you'll have 3 loops once again, and yarn over, go to the rest of the 3 loops, and that is your first foundation half double crochet. So for the second stitch, you're going to yarn over, go through the bottom of the previous stitch, and when you go through it, you want to make sure you go through both of the loops at the bottom. Grab the yarn and bring it through. You'll have 3 loops. Yarn over, go to the first loop only. Yarn over, go into all 3 loops. That is your second stitch. So again, yarn over, go into the bottom of the previous stitch. Make sure you go through both loops at the bottom. Grab the yarn and bring it through. You'll have 3 loops. Yarn over, go to the first loop only. You'll have 3 loops. Yarn over, go through all 3. So the process of just 1 stitch is in 3 steps. So step 1, yarn over, insert the hook through the previous stitch and bring the yarn through. Step 2 is to go through the first loop only, so yarn over, go through the first loop. The third step, the last step, is to yarn over, go through all 3 loops. And that is the 3 steps for 1 stitch for the foundation half double crochet stitch. So yarn over, go through the previous stitch, bring the yarn through, go through the first loop only, and then yarn over, go through the remaining 3 loops. So again, yarn over, go into the previous stitch, grab the yarn and bring it through. You'll have 3 loops. Yarn over, go through the first loop only. Yarn over, go through all 3. Yarn over, go to the previous stitch, bring the yarn through. Yarn over, go to the first loop only. Yarn over, go through all 3. You're going to repeat these exact same steps until you get the measurement that you need. So get the measurement of your hips and then multiply it by 1.75, and then whatever value you get is the length that you create this to. And once you get it to the length that you need it to be, chain 1 and turn your work, then chain 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the 5th stitch, we are going to put a single crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into this 5th stitch, do a single crochet. So go into the stitch, grab the yarn, bring it through the stitch. You'll have 2 loops. Yarn over, go through both of the loops, and that is your single crochet with this chain of 10. Then we're going to chain 11. So yarn over, pull through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then when we're done, we're going to skip 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 5th stitch. We're going to put a single crochet, so go into the stitch, bring the yarn through, yarn over, go through both loops, and then we're going to chain 11 once again. So yarn over, pull through, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 5th stitch, do a single crochet, go into the stitch, bring the yarn through, you'll have 2 loops, yarn over, go through both loops. So again, chain 11, yarn over, pull through, 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Skip 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the 5th stitch, do a single crochet. So go into the stitch, bring the yarn through, you'll have 2 loops, yarn over, go through both loops, and just continue the same thing, continue with the same steps until the rest of the row. When you reach the end, chain 1, turn your work, chain 10, so yarn over, pull through, 1, 2,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
and then into this little bridge here, you're going to do a single crochet, so pull through, yarn over, pull through, chain 11,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
and then go into the next bridge here, go through it, grab the yarn, pull it through, you'll have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through for your single crochet, then again chain 11, 1,
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
and then into the bridge here, do another single crochet, so go through it, grab the yarn, pull it through, you'll have 2 loops, yarn over, go through both of them, and again chain 11. When you're done with the chain of 11, go through the bridge next to it, bring the yarn through, you have 2 loops, yarn over, pull through both loops, and just continue the same exact steps until you get to the end of the row. So chain 11, then for the end of the row, just do a single crochet into here, chain 1, turn your work, then chain 10, and then into this bridge here, to this bridge do a single crochet, chain 11, and just continue the exact same steps for each and every single row until you get it to the length that you want it to be. And once you get it to the length that you want it to be, just go ahead and grab your scissors and cut off the ends. Then grab your hook, insert it through the hole, yarn over, pull through all the way, then tighten it. Then grab your sewing needle and thread it. Turn your work over and start weaving it through.
Since this project is mainly just chains, I'm just weaving it through the chains until I get to the other single crochet, and then I just rub it around, tie it around that single crochet to secure it.
And then into this single crochet, go around it. Don't pull through all the way, leave this little hole here, so that way you can put the ends of it through the hole. Tighten it. Then go through the single crochet a few more times. Then grab your scissors and cut off the excess. Go ahead and weave in the yarn at the top, and for this one you can just go straight into the foundation half double crochets, so it's a lot easier for the top part. You can either leave it like this, if you like it like this. I'm going to add these beads onto it. So these are the ones that I plan to use today. I got them from Michael's. They are called the Natural Shell 20mm lentil. And this is what they look like. I forgot how much they costed. So I'm going to use this thread, since this is the only color that matches the most with the yarn that I have. Then I'm going to use this little needle. Before I use it, I'm just going to make sure that it fits the hole in here. And it does. So I'm just going to get a piece of this and cut it. And now I'm going to thread the needle, pull through. Before I start connecting them, I'm just going to place the beads in random areas to see where I'd like them, and plus to make sure that I have enough for the amount of rows and spaces I have. So I might do every second one or every third one. We will see. To attach it, make sure that when you thread your needle, you have both ends equally spread out. So I have about an equal amount of thread on both sides, and the needle is in the middle of the two ends. So I'm going to put my needle through the hole in here. And I'm going to pull it almost to the end, but leave some space. Leave some yarn at the end. So make sure you have enough thread at the end. And grab the needle and go to the opposite side of where the needle is facing out of. Since the needle came out of this side, I'm going to bring the needle over to this side and pull it all the way through. And then whichever side it ends up on, that's the side I'm going to make sure that it stays on continuously, so that way I attach it this way and the yarn and the thread will be hidden. So I'm going to bring it up again, but I'm going to tie it a few times. After tying it a few times, I'm going to go back down this side with the needle and pull through and do the same thing and make sure that the thread ends up on the same side as this one. Now I'm going to start placing it onto the crochet piece. When I place the needle through the stitch, I want to ensure that when it's pulled in all the way, the bead will be facing this way instead of that way. So I'm going to put the needle in this direction and pull all the way. I'm going to make sure that's the right way. Then I'm going to bring the needle through this stitch. Then I'm going to tie the two ends a few times. Then I'm going to bring the needle back behind the bead. Then I'm going to go back up this way through the hole, all the way up. Then again, tie it a few times. And I'm just going to keep repeating the same thing. So bring the needle behind the bead, through the stitch and behind the bead. Put it back up through the hole. Pull all the way. Tie it a few times and just repeat the same steps until you are secure enough with it. Now that we're done with all that, we're just going to weave it in. We're just going to weave the thread in a few times to ensure that it's secure. Don't pull through all the way, leave this little hole and then grab the other side of the thread. And pull through all the way. And tie it. Well, I just accidentally broke it. But it's still on, and this side is still on, so I'm just going to continue weaving this side in a little more. So just keep going through the stitch. And then leave this little loop over here, so that way you can just go through it with the other side. Pull and just continue doing that until you run out of thread. And tie it a few times. Cut off the excess. It should be like this. So I'm going to go ahead and just place more of these throughout the rest of this piece using the exact same method that I did for this one.
This is the final product once all the beads are placed. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you recreated this, please tag me on Instagram. I would love to see it. Tag me at mil.rosas.crochet. Thank you again for watching my video. Have a great day.